You're a Negro.
No.
I am your teacher. You are a Negro.
No.
Suppose I threatened to beat you, what would you say? Aren't you a Negro now?
No.
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Suppose I had some money in my pocket. Suppose I gave you $1 to say that you're an American Negro. This is money now. Money talks. Money talks. This dollar. And if you don't say it, you don't get it. You're an American Negro, aren't you?
No.
You won't have any money. You know you need money, don't you?
Yes.
You need money to live, don't you?
Yes.
All right. All you have to say, Leon, is that you're an American Negro. Aren't you an American Negro?
The ship is overweighted.
This is one of my many unsuccessful experiments. You see, with Indians, there's absolutely nothing to be done. There's the same difference between a Negro and an Indian as there is between a dog and a coyote. You can put a dog on a leash, beat him, and he'll always be there to lick your feet. My many unsuccessful experiments. You see, with Indians, there's absolutely nothing to be done. There's the same difference between a Negro and an Indian as there is between a dog and a coyote. You can put a dog on a leash, beat him, and he'll always be there to lick your feet. Take away a coyote's liberty and you've cut off his air. An Indian will never be a slave. No one has ever been able to make them reproduce in captivity. They do not eat, they do not talk, they do not sleep, they do not make love. An Indian will never be a slave. No one has ever been able to make them reproduce in captivity. They do not eat, they do not talk, they do not sleep, they do not make love. An Indian will never be a slave. No one has ever been able to make them reproduce in captivity. They do not eat, they do not talk, they do not...
African American story until I got to America and found out...
That's true.
Right? I did not know anything about slavery in Nigeria. I did not know of the African American story until I got to America and found out...
That's true.
Right? I did not know anything about slavery. All I knew was we were all given kings' names.
This is from people of every region that I had talked to. And I asked them, I said, was there any like verbal history told in Africa as of slavery and the people getting stolen and or sold off or whatever and sent away to America? And they said no. I'm like, okay, well, how did you learn about slavery? They said in school. Yeah, in school taught by Westerners. So with that alone being said, I'm expected to believe that this whole slavery thing happened, the transportation aspect of it, when no one that I met from Africa confirmed that.
Exodus, since we're talking about black people in designation and identity, Executive Order 13037 put forth by Bill Clinton is what made you an African American. When they put into the census what you could be called, they gave you a choice. American Negro, Negro, African American, Black, colored, or whatever. The fact that we even, not we, because I didn't participate in that, but the fact that the people that this was given to, out of all of those choices, didn't come up with their own choice and say, no, this is what we're going to be called, based upon a racial or a national identity. Nobody did that. So because the American government is able to own the American corporation, the United States corporation is able to own whatever it creates. It created African American. Therefore, African Americans, i.e., are property by tacit consent. Tacit consent is when you basically agree to something, whether you realize what you're agreeing to or not. And there is no remedy for you other than to declare the opposite for you to get out of it. However, black folk have been domesticated through Negroism, which had nothing to do with identity or national character or a sense of
America, Afro-American.
You are the indigenous American. I will say again, you are the real deal. You did not come from Africa. They don't accept you. Hawaiians did not come from Africa. Hindus, dark-skinned Hindus did not come from Africa. It is a European lie they used on every fucking continent and every land that they conquer. Restitution is what you should be asking for, indigenous people. Restitution from Europeans and restitution from the Chinese and the Asian nations that also have came to our land and have occupied our land and have benefited off our land and have actually stolen our identity.